Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video we've got some Division 12 ranked online gameplay in the lightweight division, and we're going to be using RDA, and we're going to be facing a Dustin Poirier. I believe he's going to be a Division 6 player, and obviously, as you know, the season's reset, so the divisions don't mean too much right now. You've just got to take each opponent as they come and not really look at the division, because you're not going to be sure on the skill level. So that's just something to bear in mind. And RDA I feel like is a lot easier to use now. He's a lot more fun to use after this patch 7.0, because leg kicks they do more damage now. They can be implemented very well into a game plan, and RDA's got very good leg kicks, very good leg speed, and very good leg power. And so I feel this patch has benefited him greatly. And we're fighting a Dustin Poirier, who's another fighter I like to use. He's in my current rotation for lightweight, which is Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, and RDA. I like using those three guys depending on the matchups I get, and this is the matchup we're getting. Is obviously a Dustin Poirier who's got very good boxing. He's a very well-rounded fighter. There's not one area in the game that he's very weak in, except potentially his chin health isn't the best. And matching up against RDA, boxing, obviously Dustin's going to have the advantage. Knees, elbows, I'd say RDA. Leg kicks, RDA. And the ground game, RDA. So ideally, I'm going to be taking this fight to the ground, and that's what I'll be looking to do. But before I get to the ground, I'm looking to see if there's any patterns that I can see from my opponent. And obviously, my opponent's throwing a lot of strikes early, and it's a 3-round fight, so that's not the end of the world that my opponent's throwing that many strikes. His stamina's not gonna. It's gonna take a knock, but it's not a 5-round fight, so he can deplete himself a bit more. But one thing I am noticing straight away is my opponent is very, very prone to an uppercut, because he's throwing these looping hooks, and all it takes is my uppercut to land if I'm planted before the hook, and it could result in a knockout, a knockdown, or a stun. So that's one thing I was considering. So I get my opponent to the ground here after 2 failed takedowns, which my opponent done a beautiful job of using his leg kicks to prevent the takedowns, which is a tool that I believe everyone should be using now. If you didn't know, your leg kicks can stop a takedown. I say you have more success with throwing the lead leg kick to prevent the takedown. That's just something to bear in mind. And here I'm going to try to do small increments of damage, mainly tire out my opponent, and I want to get a gauge for how good his ground game is. So that's what I'm doing here. And obviously Dustin has the rubber guard, which now this is my opponent's control time, because he's controlling me in the rubber guard. So I try to get out of that quickly. And as you can see, I work straight back to the half guard. And then my opponent does a good job here of taking my back. I didn't anticipate he'd go that way. Done a very good job and gets to his feet. And so now we're on the feet. As you can see, I have the slight stamina advantage. My opponent's trying to work my legs, and he hits me with a nice uppercut there. And I think here I was trying to look for a way to take this back to the ground, because I felt confident on the ground, and he does a very good job of denying. And now that he's denied 3 takedown attempts, I don't really want to go for any more this round and drain my stamina. So I'm going to look to exchange with him, and as you can see, I'm finding the weakness in his striking is I can see a hole for an uppercut, like I can sneak one in, and also a hook, because he throws these big looping right hands. And as you can see, I stayed planted as he went to throw a hook, and I hit him with an uppercut and get a beautiful knockout finish. And a planted strike always does more damage than a strike when you're moving forwards or moving backwards. And so I tried to stay planted there as my opponent was moving into the boxing range, and as he went to unload for potentially a hook, I hit him with a beautiful uppercut, and that was enough to finish the fight. So the scorecard's going to be coming up now. Obviously it was only run 1 round, so there's not going to be anything significant on there, but I just wanted to show that if you see an opening, you should take it. And with uppercuts, they're best thrown when planted. So I waited for my opponent to push the pace, and as he pushed the pace, I hit him with the uppercut, and it resulted in a beautiful knockout. So that's the end of the video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.